It's the Millcroft, or what is going to become the new Millcroft. Josh, say hi.
Hi.
You guys know Josh. The Millcroft is, when was this building originally built? Do you know?
You would think I would know for sure. In the 1800s, 1900s, like late 18 into 19. So it predates the formation of the country, really.
So super old building. If you can see, so the original building is still standing over there, and
we'll
then
go in. You can see. We'll see it.
The back building here is historical too, and then in between it is this massive new building,
like a piece of modern architecture in between two not so modern buildings.
So yeah, you guys went all out. You dug all the way down to...
We'll go in the basement. Yeah.
We have, what, 3 levels and then a rooftop? Or 2 levels and a rooftop?
2 level, well, basement 2 levels, and a rooftop.
So, I mean, this is a big freaking space.
And it'll look way bigger when we go down in the basement.
Well, what I think is cool though is like when you are driving by, it doesn't look big. It fits in with kind of what Old Milford is.
Once you get in here, it's crazy.
So this will house the Cincinnati Distilling personality of the brands.
Yes.
What I love, so Fig Leaf, March 1st, Woodburn, they're all breweries with their own personalities, but they're all breweries that also sell everything else. This is the first time that you guys have kind of gotten that chance to kind of flex other sides of the personality.
I mean, for the longest time, Cincinnati Distilling didn't have a home. It didn't have a identity. I mean, it had an identity, but this is a place where we can really let it shine and be what we want it to be.
It also becomes like this really great central hub to Old Milford. So anybody who, I mean, if you guys have been here, you know where we're at, but like you've got Little Miami right there across the street. You've got the Governor right down the street that way. And there's some kind of swanky burger place or something supposed to go in.
Yeah.
Like
across the street.
Right over here.
Yeah.
Like it's the central little hub of stuff that you can come. You can park, you can just hang out. There's a Dora district, so you can just grab a beer and walk around. And so this is the house here.
Yeah, so this is the original house. So in here we will house our restaurant partner. So at the moment it's Nation Kitchen and Bar, so you're probably familiar with them. Down in OTR, as well as their Westwood location over by Westside Brewing. So Nation, as of this recording, is going to be taking over this space.
And if you look at it, I mean, fireplaces are still there. It's still... They managed to keep the original kind of personality and feeling of the space while giving it its own kind of...
And I can't speak directly for Nation, but I've seen some of the plans, and their idea is to be able to have kind of a couple lounge areas in here where you and your friends can actually rent a fireplace.
Cool.
And sit around the fireplace and stuff. And so not only will they have the house, but they'll have a little bit, probably about half of this downstairs area out here this way a little bit. So it's kind of almost half and half between us and them.
What is this here?
So at the moment, again, this is possibly, or at least the plan, is the outside area will be an outside patio. And then this pit here, again, don't quote me for sure, but the plan is actually we're going to put a lot of barrel storage down here, and we're going to have a window so you can sit on top of the barrel storage.
Oh, that's cool.
Basically, so you'll basically be eating and drinking on top of the stuff you're drinking currently aging.
That's cool.
Pretty cool. So I guess we can go. So we saw the house. So this building over here, which is probably easier to go this way and around. So the building we're about to go into is the old stable house, or the old stable. So obviously the building we were in was the original house. This is where they kept all their horses, in the stable. So this building, as well as this half of the newer construction, will be the Cincinnati Distilling side. So the crazy thing about this building is you'll notice like some of the stone is a little bit darker. That's from fires that have happened over the hundreds of years that this building's been here, that we uncovered because, you know, when the building was here, before we took it over, most of this was covered. I mean, there was some exposed stone, but we basically uncovered it. And then any new stone construction, we brought in stone masons to redo it as close as possible to the original design. And you can see, so this whole corner over here, this whole corner was basically rebuilt. So you can kind of see that it was done in such a way that it's historically accurate. So other than it looking new, you would never know that this wall was basically new.
So I assume all of this will stay exposed.
Yes. It'll all be the exposed stone. It'll be hardwoods. The bar is going to be massive. So if you follow this orange line, this is basically the outline of the bar.
Oh, cool.
That will go over there. Behind this area, which is a new construction, will be split up into 3 areas. So the front is going to be the pro shop and bottle shop. So you want to come get your Sycamore, or not Sycamore. You want to come get your Cincinnati Distilling products, Voltage Vodka, Cooper Island
Once you're
Rum.
Sycamore, you can go to North Carolina.
Yeah, go to North Carolina. You know, shirts and hats and glassware and stuff like that. The middle part will be our cold storage for our kegs and things like that.
Right.
So we'll have March 1st Fig Leaf and Woodburn beers on tap. And then the far, which is the shorter door over there, will be a walk-in wine cellar.
Oh, cool.
So you can pick out a bottle of some crazy wines and consume them here on the property.
This is going to be the coolest space ever.
Yeah. I think this opening over here, this is where the still's going to come out in the basement. So you're similar to like how like New Riff is kind of set up, where their still is all above ground. The base of our still is going to be below ground, which will go down there. But if you could imagine, the pot's going to be down there, and the column will rise up through the floor and go all the way to the top of this structure here.
And then this is all glass.
Glass, yeah. So kind of like New Riff. So New Riff is all above ground. Ours goes from below ground to about as tall as New Riff's is. I don't know how tall off the top of my head it's going to be, but obviously it's going to go to the top of this right here, which is going to be crazy. Up or down?
What is this here?
This will be our space too.
So more like tasting room kind of?
Yeah. So the idea is on either side of this big beam, there'll be a ramp. So you'll be able to eat, drink right here. So not only is Nation doing food over there, we're going to do our own food over here. So the whole building's going to have 3 kitchens that you have: Nation's kitchen,
Christ.
our kitchen, and then a catering kitchen for the private event space.
Right.
Which we'll go check that out too, because we can go up there today.
That is so cool.
So Dwayne, our project manager, calls this the giraffe feeding room because you'll see how tall the room is. So yeah, the giraffe feeding room. This will end up being a cafe of some kind. We'll probably have another group come in and
Like
lease this area to do coffee, maybe wine, maybe breakfast, stuff like that. So the main area here, bathrooms and stuff back there, and then seating and such here. You know, these are the stairs, so in order to get up to the main level, you either have to take a little tiny elevator ride up there, or jump in the stairwell and go up a couple steps.
Stairs of doom.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this side of the house will be exposed.
That's cool.
I think this will be the house right here. I don't know exactly where it's going to be, but we will have a small museum kind of corner. I've been working on doing a video, like a pseudo documentary of the entire build process. I'm going to be interviewing a lot of people that were involved in the project, And then we've had metal detectors come out, and we found stuff on the property, and we found an old millstone. I mean, basically it'll be a tiny homage to everything this building was, everything that we found.
Yeah.
And not only artifacts, but a lot of the wood and stuff that we reclaimed from the building and the demolition process is going to be used in the building, whether it's bars or tables or flooring or walls. We tried to reuse as much as we possibly could. So up here is going to be our private event space. So if you want to do a wedding, rehearsal dinner, anniversary, birthday, etc., of course you can have that downstairs, but you'll be able to rent this entire upstairs space. And we'll have an elevator, our elevator shaft. So this entire floor will be enclosed, except there will be a patio out here. So you kind of showed the view to Little Miami earlier, but the view from up here is much more nice.
Yeah. That is so cool.
So if you can imagine, so obviously we're on the second floor now, you can see where the top of the next door up on the elevator, that's going to be the top level, which will be a partially inside, partially outside space. So if you ever been to like some of the Nashville bars where you're kind of up on the top, the rooftop.
What's the place in Loveland? Bishop's Quarter.
Oh, Quarter, yeah.
They got that little area up top that's it opens up and it's kind of like part of the patio.
So it'll be like that. So the idea is partially inside, partially outside. There'll be a very large outdoor area. You'll be able to see down this way. Obviously, I haven't been up that high, but I'm sure you'll be able to see the river and everything.
you can start to see peaks of the river from here. So,
and then I know it's still on the plans at the moment, but things change all the time around here. But there'll be a walk-in cigar humidor as well.
I'm all about that.
So you'll be able to enjoy a bourbon with a cigar up on the patio. So yeah, it's gonna be humongous.
So freaking cool. So freaking bright.
Yes.
Shouldn't have worn flip-flops today.
Sorry. I didn't know you were going to construct.
Didn't know that I'd be exploring.
So watch your head when you go down here. This basement is not really meant for, I don't know, maybe people are shorter back then. I don't know. It's really short.
Oh. No worries. So am I.
So fun fact, this pit that's down here, so a lot of people mention that there were stories of old tunnels from the Little Miami River into here. And we actually did our due diligence and we searched for them. And we could tell that this was kind of a new pad right here. So we ripped it out. Didn't find a tunnel per se, but what was down there was an old bin where they would put the oil from the oil burning lamps and stuff like that.
Right.
So we had to dig it all out and, but that's what that hole is. The fun story, actually a lot of people don't know this too, this is a little fun tidbit. So a lot of people mentioned that over the years, people who have worked here said that this house is haunted. We actually had a group of people come in here and we did some, what is it called, EVP and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We actually haven't gone through the footage yet, so we don't know if we really found anything, but it is creepy being down here at night. We've had some of the different workers say they've seen or heard different things or whatever. I'm not trying to sell this as a supernatural kind of place to come, but there's weird stuff that does happen.
But in October you can take a tour.
I don't know if it'll be a ghost tour, but you can come tour the distillery and say you've been in the basement. And who knows, there could be a tunnel down here that we didn't find. I mean, it's been, you can see some of it's brick and some of it's paved over. Who knows what's new, what's old, you know. People seem to think that there's still a tunnel down here. So So this is fireplaces went down here, but they covered them up. Obviously, we're not going to be using a fireplace in the basement, but the fireplace here, fireplace there.
It would get so warm.
I'm not sure, other than storage and stuff, this will probably just be storage, maybe a tasting room or something like that. And this is the basement.
Holy sh!
So again, kitchen stuff down here, the dumbwaiter over here to serve, and then this will be the production area. As you can see, there's trench drains through here. So down through here will be fermentation space for the distillery, and then the still itself, which we kind of showed you when we were upstairs. The still itself will be in this room. So you can kind of, I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, it might be blown out, but the column will go all the way to the top of those beams out there. So in order to conserve water, if you look back on some of our posts on Cincinnati Distilling, you'll see that we put 2 humongous cisterns right on the other side of this wall.
Right.
So all the water used for the distillation process, instead of pumping it and just dumping it back into the groundwater, it's going to recirculate through the ground, so we're not going to waste any water whatsoever. So.